Politics, especially in our climate, is a sort of merry-go-round, regarding appointments. The end of some people's appointments signifies the beginning for others. President Muhammadu Buhari has sent the names of nominated ministers who will replace those who resigned over the 2023 elections to the Senate for confirmation. The likes of former Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, Niger Delta Affairs Minister Godwin Akpabio, Science and Technology Ogbonna Onu, and former Minister of State for Education Emeka Wajuba, among others, resigned to contest the 2023 presidential election and other elective offices. The new nominees to replace them, according to the letter sent to the Senate President, are Henry Ikechukwu from Abia State, Umana Okun Umana from Akwa Ibom, Akuma Joseph from Ebonyi, and Goodluck Odia from Imo State. Others are Umar Ibrahim El Yakubu from Kano State, Ademola Adegorui from Ondo State, and Udong Odi from Rivers State. Yes, they went and the APC primaries over, PDP primaries over, and some of the ministers that were waiting for the anointing oil from Mr. President did not get it eventually, and they gambled with their job, and some dashed back. People like Chris Ngige was smart enough, but look, it's not looking clear. The coast is not clear. People like the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, the powerful Malami, just saw it that, oh, the coast is not clear for me in Kebbi State. So he had to just hold, he held tight to his job.
I think sometimes also it is not about the coast being clear, it's also about a reconsideration of the power they are wielding now. When you sit in a position and you are looking at what you want to go for, sometimes the reality of what is on ground points you in the direction of saying, see, I think I need to sit here. This is better for me than jumping. But in this case, I think my concern is these new people, what are they bringing to the table? Because it's the big question. Those who left,
how many more to go?
What did they achieve?
What did they achieve? Because you cannot just say you are replacing. It's just like
Were they on
you are playing.
Was there any sort of KPI for them to work with?
It's just like a football team. Like we've always complained. When the Super Eagles play the first half and the coach is sitting on the bench, we expect him to make substitutions that will turn the game around, especially when you are losing. Look at what happened against Ghana, the match that we lost, that stopped us from going to the World Cup. It was the substitutions that were wrong in the second half. We had a good compact team in the first half, despite the fact that we were 1 goal down. So I've not had time.
Scoring the first goal, the coach did not have answer.
No answer, no solution. Only, we've had cases in the past in this country where the coach of the Super Eagles will just look at a subject and say, you are very strong, my son. Just go there, play them, play them, play them. That is not instruction. When you are playing a football match, I've not had time to study these new appointees between when it was announced and now. I'm going to go back and sit down and see what have they done for themselves to warrant this appointment. Or is this just political? Come and fill the space. That shouldn't be it for Nigeria now. Not even with the last topic we discussed, which shows that the economy.
We need some guys that can.
Yes, we need people who can do something.
Quick turnaround.
Quick turnaround. That's what Nigeria needs now. Otherwise, the way we are going, with diesel at 1,000, tanker drivers refusing to supply again because of the cost of movement, we are going to be in more trouble if we don't get the right guys.
Now, I was talking about, let me go political now. I was talking about those who waited, because some of these people that even went to contest for the presidency, they didn't leave their states. They didn't go to any delegates. We didn't see them.
They didn't go to campaign.
They didn't campaign. They were just waiting for that anointing oil.
Anointing oil that did not come. Sometimes I wonder how some of those people reason. Because clearly, even you knew that some of them did not stand a chance of winning that nomination. And those who were wiser among them, knew that nothing there yet. So they had to withdraw. So the truth of the matter is, there is nothing. Now we know the story. Some contested, they lost. Woefully.
Some did not have one vote.
Woefully. Now they have to be replaced. Now, like Dotun said, what are these people bringing to the table? Somebody is going to be Minister of State for Education. What is he going to do about incessant, what ASU strike? You know, somebody is going to be Minister of Science and Technology. How is he going to galvanize the parastatals under that ministry to perform?
We've still not produced that pencil. That was the benchmark.
We have Energy Commission of Nigeria, for example. What has ECN done? Is this a parastatal under Ministry of Science and Technology? Somebody is going to be Minister of Niger Delta Affairs. How will he help to maximize the potential of that region to achieve, for that particular region? So those are the issues for me. It's not just, for me, it's just fulfilling all righteousness. I'm not excited about it. I'm not excited about it because it's probably going to be business as usual.
Jude, what do you make of these names, the new ministerial nominees?
Yes, I'm happy that the president has finally replaced the ministers. There has always been this complaint that the president doesn't make appointments in good time. Some states have been complaining that they had not been represented in the cabinet. Now the president has made his move. Some newspapers had reported that there was a lull in activities in some of the ministries because the substantial ministers had resigned. Look at the Ministry of Transportation, for example. It's a very big ministry. That's even after aviation had been carved out of it. Gbemi Saraki was handling the maritime sector. But right now, Gbemi has had to not just handle the maritime sector, but also do what Rotimi Amechi used to do. And that transport ministry is like the face of the administration. Some of the big projects, or the biggest projects of the administration, were being done in that ministry. The rail infrastructure, for example, unprecedented rail infrastructure. So, naturally, we needed these ministers to be brought back so that the ministries can be energized once again. I'm happy that we now have substantive ministers in those places. The former SSG of Akwa Ibom State, that's Okonumana, was SSG. Yes. Everyone knows that he's very good at his job. He's a competent person, not just as a politician, but as a technocrat. So, certainly, given his track record, no one will say, oh, this person is not good enough. So the president made the right choice. He looked for a seasoned person, at least who is also APC, because in that state, not many of the big people actually in the APC. So it's gone for Konumana. And then you also have Goodluck Opia, former Speaker of the Imo State House of Assembly. Is there now to represent Imo State. Umar El Yakub, President Buhari's former SSA on National Assembly matters, is also coming in as a minister. And then Odum Udi, chairman of one of the local governments in Rivers State some time ago, is coming in. Maybe he's going to replace Amechi, no one knows. Of course, we also have Joseph Ukama from Ebonyi, former commissioner for industry in Abia State, Henry Iko is also coming in to fill the void of his state, and then Adewale Adegorioye from Ondo State. So I believe that the complaints that the president doesn't make appointments quickly, I think the president found a way to do this quickly. In the past, it could take 6 months before a minister who left his position is replaced. Sometimes they don't even get replaced at all. So we can say that, yes, it's just about 7 months to the elections, but it is still enough time for people who are competent to leave a mark. Muritala did not spend more than 6 months in office, but he's still regarded today as one of the greatest Nigerian leaders. So those of them who are good, they can make their mark from the first day. They can hit the ground running, and people will start seeing the qualities that they are bringing to their ministry right from the word go. That is what we want to see. I felt that there should have been a cabinet reshuffle before this time. But given the nature of our president, he doesn't like to remove people, even people who are competent from their positions. He doesn't like to do cabinet reshuffle. But with 10 new ministers or so coming in, it represents in a way a little form of cabinet reshuffle. So we can only hope that some of these ministers would do their best and make a mark before the administration winds down totally.
I wanted to say before BKO mentioned it that this would have been a kind of opportunity to, have reshuffled that cabinet. In all fairness to Minister Chibike Amechi, that contested, he even did well in that primary election. He became second. In all fairness, as the Minister of Transport, he made his mark, and hardworking man, and you can feel the impact of the Rural project, and that project is close. If you talk about Minister Fashola, you could pick, but you can't say the same thing about some ministers that's still in the cabinet.
Well, like you have said, and which BKO said, I think by the time these nominees are cleared, the president should use that opportunity to rejig the cabinet. Look at those who are doing well. I thought that after the primaries, since it's not like these people are now lepers that can't be touched, some of them who are not vice presidential candidates, who have not gone back to pick senatorial tickets.
People like Amechi
could have been
just come back to come and finish.
My thoughts. Because when you lose some people,
good hands,
and they are not serving that purpose for which they resigned. It wasn't like they were forced out. They resigned to go and pursue an ambition, and that didn't go through. Nothing stops you from saying.
But some people will say, is that not double standard?
I mean,
you should give the chance to other people to.
That is what leadership is about. You take the blame, and at the same time, you take the glory. If you succeed, you are going to be praised. If you fail, it comes back to you. So it's all that sentiment.
Yes, I agree absolutely with him, except that he will have to go through probably Senate screening. But I'm sure it's going to be since they already know him. I was going to talk about Amechi in particular, because the truth is that he performed just like you said. And he has set a record that whoever is going to be there will have to struggle.
You need a performer there.
Exactly, to me. People are going to judge whoever is going to. Yes. We are going to judge by Amechi's standards.
And
he has less than 1 year.
They are not completed.
He has less than 1 year to prove himself. But it doesn't take. Vicky will talk about Muritala Mohammed performing within 6 months before he was assassinated. It does not take more than 2-3 months for a good minister to show promise, to show what he's made of. So we expect that people who can perform are able to handle critical ministries. So cabinet reshuffle, fine, it's welcome if that's what's going to help it.
Jide, do you agree with Dotun that some of those old guys that went to go and try their luck in the presidential race would have been reintegrated into the fold?
Maybe an Amechi. Otherwise, the rest
seems
of
to be
them, there's
consensus.
no, I don't see any big deal about them. Apart from Amechi, I don't see any big deal about the rest of them. And the truth is, Nigeria has tremendous potential, human resources. Amechi certainly can be the best to do that job in the country. There are other people who will even do the job better if they get the opportunity. So in a nation of 200 million, a minister is easy to replace with someone better if the president will look around. So this is the thing.
Beyond that circle.
And
That's the issue.
yes, if the president will look around and he has the benefit of people who work with him, help him to comb the country, they can find people much better than the Amechis of this world. Let's not make it look like they are the only people who can work. If others are given the resources and the opportunity given to Amechi and the rest, there are many Nigerians who do a much better job. Many Nigerians very well experienced,
Our time is
even
fast
in
spent.
that
We have to
field.
leave it there.